We're continuing with this series in the Friday Value videos on healthy substitutes. And now I'm going to share, this is probably, I know I keep saying this, my favorite part of this whole series, interesting facts for healthy behavior. You might be really shocked at what I show you in the next few slides. So please, I hope you're watching this and not just listening. So I love this statement here. Older people shouldn't eat health food. They need all the preservatives they can get. You know, we got to have a little tongue-in-cheek humor every now and then, right? Obviously, we don't want the preservatives, but I just thought this was a really funny quote. So let's get into the interesting facts here. Wait till you see this. Now, this is all about healthy substitutes. And you're thinking about food. What about substituting your plate size? Have you ever thought of that? You may be completely unaware of this, but now that I pointed out to you, you're going to notice this everywhere. Plate size has changed radically since the 1960s. Now, I was born in 1958. So, you know, I remember in the late 60s, the size of the plates, and they were just about 8.5 inches. You didn't have these massive plates that they're serving food on now in restaurants, or even the plates that you buy for home use, right? So look at the difference. Look at then and look at now. And you can even see the timeline in the 1960s. It was an 8.5-inch dinner plate. And on average, obviously, depending on what you were eating, about 800 calories to your average dinner plate. But then look, when we go into the 1980s, 20 years later, dinner plates increased by 1.5 to 10-inch diameter. Now we're doing a 20% calorie increase on our dinner plate without even being aware of it. You're not even changing the food you're eating, just the amount, and it's subconscious or unconscious. You don't know you're doing it. Then moving up another 20 years, we go up another inch. So now from the 1960s, we're up to 1,600 calories for your average dinner, all by just changing the plate size. So we really don't want that, right? And then 2009, and I don't think they've gone up since then. So for the past, 14 years or so, we've had a 12-inch dinner plate that's now holding about 1,900 calories, more than double from the 1960s. Do you think this could have something to do with this obesity epidemic? Because a lot of people say, I haven't really changed what I'm eating. I haven't changed my diet. Why am I gaining weight? Let's look at the plate size. So, I love this. Our plates made us do it, right? So you can actually make this substitution of your plate size and change what you eat. The difference between 9-inch and 12-inch plates is like a third more calories. And I highly recommend this book, Mindless Eating by Brian Wansink. This is, oh my gosh, it's very entertaining. You'll be shocked at some of the stuff you learn, but why we eat more than we think. So here's the deal. Subconsciously, we want to clean our plate. How many of us are old enough to remember our parents saying, clean your plate, don't waste any food. There's kids starving in Africa, right? That's what we all heard as we were kids. And, the garbage, I used to tell my kids, the garbage doesn't get hungry, don't waste your food. But of course, I wouldn't make them eat if they were full. But the goal is don't take more food than you want to eat, right? And then finish what you took. Obviously, if you get full, don't force food down yourself. But you're subconsciously, depending on the size of the plate that you're using, this person here, because this doesn't fill the plate, might want seconds because they didn't think they ate much. But because this fills the plate, they're going to be satiated. It's this mental image, this emotion, this thought process that we go through. I had a full plate. I ate everything. I'm done. I don't need more. So let's look at the amount of calories in some of the foods we consume, and then we'll finish up this topic for this week. So portion size has changed radically since the 1960s, not even just our plate size, but portion size. So 20 years ago, your average pizza serving was 500 calories, these two small slices here. Today, 850 calories. And I had done this research a few years ago, so it might even be more than that now. So not even the size of the plate, but the size of the portion. How about bagels? 20 years ago, your average plain bagel was 140 calories, 350 calories today. Look at the size increase. And then even burgers. So if you're not vegan, right? When you had a burger out in a restaurant, it was about 333 calories. Today, almost 600 calories. Yeah, right? How many people see these restaurants promoting 8-ounce burgers? It didn't used to be 8 ounces. Even a cup of coffee. Typically, this is your average coffee cup 20 years ago. You didn't have the great big mugs. You didn't have the big grandes. And even if you put a little bit of milk and sugar in it, it was about 45 calories. Look at it now, right? We're all getting these grandes and, the whipped cream and all the stuff on them. 330 calories because you're adding flavorings and all this other stuff. So it's not just the size of the plate. So let's start making some healthy substitutes on the size of our plate and then our portions as well. All right. Hope you look forward to next week where we're going to talk about nutrient density versus calorie density. See you then.